Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, coming at you with some Starcraft 2 today. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Widgie. I normally create content and stream for Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, which is, if you don't know, an old school RTS top-down sort of view, very similar to Starcraft 2. So we are returning to Starcraft 2 because the last time I played this game competitively was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I played the Zerg, and we are going to be playing the Zerg here on this video. And I got to around high platinum level. I don't think I ever made it to low diamond. So I'm going to be casting a couple of games that I've been playing straight off the bat. And it looks like the matchmaking has put me in bronze, so we'll see what happens. And I kind of want to do more of these videos where I'm sort of slowly making my way up the ladder. I'm learning things, and I thought this would be a good journey for you guys, especially for new players to StarCraft 2, and also players that are sort of just average sort of skill at the game. Maybe they're finding it a little bit difficult to play and they want to see it from another person's perspective. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. If you do find this entertaining, please feel free to drop a like. And of course, you can catch me streaming on Twitch at Widgie1. Let's get into the games. Right guys, you find me on the battlefield. Hopefully you can see everything in the UI here. I'm relatively new to this. It's been a while since I've actually made any content for StarCraft 2. I did make it on an old YouTube channel that I had, and this matchup here is a ZVZ, a Zerg v Zerg matchup, and I'm in the bottom left here, playing as, of course, the Zerg, and my opponent at the top right. And we're going to leave it on the player view here. So I'm sort of following a beginner style build, and I'm sure many of you have seen it. And it's by someone, I can't remember their, like Hyoyang Tutorials, I believe it is. Has quite a big following on YouTube and also posts build orders and everything. And I will put a link down below to everything there so you guys can try and use this. But just bear in mind, I am learning this build order, so lots of things change. It's not 100% crisp by any means. So you can see here that the first thing I'm doing is going to get that hatchery up at 16 so we can get our eco going. Now, with a ZVZ matchup, if I believe, it can either be really sort of skirmishy and quite sort of rushy with Ling Bane and stuff like that, or it can be more of an eco and then getting into roaches and stuff like that. Obviously, there's going to be people watching this video that have got way more experience than me. I don't really have a full idea of what I'm talking about. I just enjoy casting games because I do cast games on Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and I've got a lot more knowledge on there, a lot more time and hours played. So I'm just going to try and bring over my casting to here. So I go ahead and put a geyser down. I put a gas down, then I put the spawning pool. And this is so that when the spawning pool pops, you should nearly have enough for Ling speed. And then, of course, once the spawning pool pops, you want to start getting your queens out. And your queens are going to give you that injection so that you can start getting lava a lot quicker and you can start getting units out. So, but what I love about StarCraft 2 compared to the Age of Empires franchise is how fast games are. Look how fast this game is. This is an 8-minute game. Nice and quick, in and out, really. Like a late game is like 20 minutes, and in Age of Empires, that's kind of like a standard time for Age of Empires 3. Age of Empires 2, maybe even longer than that. But you can see here that now my second hatchery is popped, so I'm going to start to get some queens up. I've got the production there in the top left. You can see that my opponent now is building his hive. So we are a lot quicker than our opponent. So we have more of an eco advantage. We're up there a lot quicker. He is getting Ling speed before me. I've completely forgotten. You can see, look at my macro at the top right there. I've got too much gas. The Ling speed is 100 minerals, 100 gas. And I need to do it. And I've completely forgotten. So, just it's all these things. I'm extremely rusty going back into the game. But I am enjoying it. And I thought this game was dead. Like, I'm going to be honest, I thought this game was dying. I thought there wasn't many people playing. And then I saw the latest DreamHack Championship, and there was over 7,000 people watching it. And something like that, I mean, that's huge. It's definitely got a following of the same size of AOE2. It's got to be. It's got to be. Okay, so we're seeing some injects now, which is great. I'm getting a bunch of Lings so I can just sort of scout, see if I can take advantage of a late hatchery. Annoyingly, I've got to wait for my speed because I was a lot later. If I got it at the right time, I would have had speed by now, and that would have been really good for me. Because this sort of build, you kind of want to have a bunch of troops and you kind of want to push out at about 5 minutes. So you can see here that I'm a bit late. I need to get a roach warren down. That's the next step, is getting an evo chamber and a roach warren. And then what you want to do is start making those roaches and getting the missile upgrade and and all sorts. But we are just going to focus a little bit on eco here, getting some more drones. And getting a spine down because I'm a bit worried that he might rush me. So haven't really got a huge amount of scouting, but I've got a funny feeling that he might be trying to rush me because I do see a Ling there, but I don't know how many is outside my base. So I can only see 2 there. So I'm not entirely sure. But as I say, you guys let me know. Let me know how you think I'm doing with the whole casting and everything, and whether you want to see more videos like this of me slowly going up the ladder. I will be putting some live games when I start streaming it. So it's a little bit more, you know, real time. But I thought I'd show you just a couple of games today of me playing at bronze level. I'm about 2600 MMR, something like that. So it's definitely at bronze level. We haven't even got into silver yet. So, but yeah. You can see I'm running up here. And I get a real good snag here because he's got no real units. I take his queen out. The kind of bad thing for him is to use his drones here. So he does lose all of his drones in his natural, which is absolutely huge. So at this point, I think I pretty much won the game. I mean, that's how crazy it is with StarCraft. If you lose a lot early, like this much, it's pretty much over. However, I do scout that base, and I see that he's got a... I can't even remember what it's called, the Mutalisk. The Spire. He's built a Spire, so I know he's getting Mutalisks. And that is not going to be good for me because I don't have anything to deal with the air. So what I do is I upgrade my hatchery. I should have upgraded my hatchery a long time ago, so I'm starting to get that now. I've managed to take down his spy, which is good, so he can't get any more Mutalisks. And I try and clear up as many of his lings as I can. Sorry, his drones as I can, so he's got no eco, which is exactly what I've done here. So what I need to do back at base to react, I need to build some... not spine crawlers, some of these spores. I can't remember what they're called. They're called spores, aren't they? What are they called? What are they called? Hang on a second. Spore crawlers. That's it, yeah, spore crawlers. Because I need them around my mineral line and everything because I do not want him to go in and start killing all of my eco. So I'm making sure that, you know, by the time he gets to my side, I can deal with it. And you can see here my hive is nearly complete now. And what I'm going to be getting here is I'm going to be getting hydras that can deal with these mutas. And you can see that the spore crawler's doing a good job. Nearly took down 2 of them. He hasn't got a lot of Mutalisks and he's got no eco now. I've destroyed all of his drones. And he's got to start from scratch. You can see that his population is 19. So if we have a quick look at units, you can see he's got 5 drones. 5 drones. I've got 24 drones, and yeah, it's kind of quite clear here that, you know, he tried to go for some sort of Mutalisk rush. It didn't really work out, and you can see that I've got a lot of my lings here. I've gone over to his base again, making sure that he's got nothing. He's got no lings left now, only 6 mutas. Let's go back to production there, and now I'm getting my Hydra Den out. Try and finish this game off. So majority of the time when I'm casting, I am going to be putting it in my perspective as I move around and stuff, because I think that's the best thing to do. So you can see what I was looking at when I was playing, rather than me trying to look elsewhere. So I'm just going to most likely do that when I do cast some of my games. He's not rebuilt his base, so I think all he's got left are those mutas. So I'm just going to get some Hydras. Queuing up 4 Hydras now, ready to go. I've got way too much gas. It's always interesting how much gas you can really collect. I think really going extra gas is once you've got your hive upgraded, is when you get the extra gas. I think that's maybe the play to do. I'm not entirely sure. But there you go. Spores taking 1 out. Hydras are going to pop. 6 coming out right now. Here they come. Well, you got 4, another 2 on the way. And there we go, guys. That's it. Victorious. Max was defeated. There you go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the first game there. That is pretty much the first game of me returning back to StarCraft 2 on the 1v1 ranked ladder. And I've got a juicy ZVZ there. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to move on to the second game now, which I believe is a ZVT, so a Zerg v Terran. Right, guys. We're getting into the next game here. I'm 2600 MMR. This is my second game now, playing as the Zerg versus the Terran player called Switch. And we're going to be putting it into my perspective at the top right, Switch at the bottom left. And we're going to be doing the same sort of thing again. Same sort of thing, you know, going for that hatchery at 16, then going ahead and getting the spawning pool and the extractor at the same time, so that when it pops, we can start getting some queens and we can start getting that ling speed. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. And then we're going to be sort of transitioning into a roach ravager sort of play. And then we'll see how it goes. And then from that, you can sort of mix it up. Do whatever you need to do. As I say, we are extremely low level here, and I'm still like relearning everything. You know, the last time I played was about 2 or 3 years ago. So this is exactly what we're doing here today. And I thought I'd just do this casting style. This is kind of what I do on Age of Empires 3. I sort of cast some of my games and explain what I did and the decisions I made and stuff like that. And it's really interesting. People find it interesting from my perspective at my rank, you know. So at the moment, as I mentioned, we're in bronze. So we're going to see where we go, you know. I'm going to try and break through bronze and get to silver and gold and beyond. And gold was a real sticking point for me. Like I'd be on gold rank the majority of the time, like gold 1, high end of gold. And then rarely I would fall into the platinum. And that's sort of where I was. There was one time that I played a few diamond players and I managed to beat them. But apart from that, that's pretty much where I am. Okay, so guys are coming down, 3 drones straight in there, and then going to be getting that ling speed like I tried to do, and I've got the second hatchery ready to go. Just got to make sure that I've hotkeyed it. Now, I've still got to learn the overlord placements and stuff like that, but I used my first one to check the natural, which is the second base, the closest base. It's called the natural, just to see if he's already building in there, and if he was, then you could switch it up and go for a more aggressive play. So instead of getting so many drones, you would start creating more lings and you try and punish him for building his natural. But it's a little bit difficult against Terran because they can lift their bases. You know, so he could just lift his base and move it away and it might be a bit of a waste. So we can see now I'm getting a bunch of lings out. And I see that there is a Reaper, I think it is, if I remember. It's crazy that I remember these names. But yeah, I think it's a Reaper coming in. We are going to get a couple of hits on it. He's just doing that to scout mainly. It's a basic thing for Terran to do, to scout with a Reaper there. Both queens have now popped, and now I need to just wait for my 100 gas to come in, and then I can start getting ling speed. So I'm a little bit late on the 100 gas there. Oh wait, no, I've already got it. I'm already researching it. Sorry, I'm already researching it. Yeah, production. Yeah, look at that, getting metabolic boost a lot earlier than the last game. And got to make sure, keep getting those overlords in. It looks like opponent's going for more of like a mech opening with the cyclones. Now, I think cyclones do more damage to armored units. And remember, Zerg, like the lings are more bio, I believe, and the roaches have more armor. So they're not light biological units. They're like heavy biological units, I believe. So, like fire, for example, doesn't do as much damage to roaches as it does to lings. There's some sort of hidden multipliers, I think. Potentially, I don't know. I don't know. We see some horrible spider mines being created by the Terran player here. He's going for Magfield Accelerator. I don't even know what that is. It might be an upgrade for the Cyclones. We see a factory coming out, and I'm just scouting again just to see, has he got that natural? And he's still on a 1 base, so I don't see him. Sometimes Zerg players will build their I don't even know what it's called. They're like, it's not a town centre. What is it called? I don't even know what it's called. Hang on. Let me switch over to Switch. The orbital command or whatever it is. Yeah. So he hasn't even built an orbital command. So he's not even thinking about moving to his natural yet. So my eco is way above his. If we have a look at units, you can see that he's got 21, I've got 34. So look at that, nearly 50 times, or 50% more, sorry, not 50 times, Jesus. 50% more units, which is kind of crazy. So you can see now we're starting to make some roaches. We see that he's got some Hellions, which do the fire damage, so we want to react to that and start getting some roaches, maybe some Ravagers. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just getting my hive upgraded. And look, we are around the 5-minute time, and that's when you want to start moving out. And I haven't done it this bad this time. You know, I seem to be a relatively quick learner with the build order. It seems pretty straightforward. So if you are playing as Zerg, I recommend you guys give this a go. And I see here that I've already maxed out both of my my bases here, so I need to get a third base at some point just to keep my eco even higher. You can see here he's taken an overlord out, so I'm now pop capped. I'm 59 out of 52, which is a problem, and I am backing up a lot of resources, so I need to get a lot of overlords. I've got 4 overlords coming in, and that's really going to help me now. There you go. 59 out of 68, and I'm starting to use it. And I'm going to go and put another base down to spend, because it's like 300 minerals. Like it's really not that much. We now see some Ravagers I'm going to be making. Roach Ravager's really good, and I've noticed now that he has built a second base, so I need to build my third base. What I remember someone saying to me was that if you play Zerg, always have one base more than your opponent. You always want to have in mind to have one base more, because you need more eco and stuff to keep recreating and remassing. So I do get a little bit nervous here, because there's quite a bit here. Try to get my queen back, so I don't want to lose my queen, but he's going to try and take out my Evo chamber here. Doing an okay job here, sort of poking, I would say. We don't really want to lose that Evo chamber, because it is giving us that. It's trying to upgrade the one missile attack upgrade. We don't want to lose that, and we don't want to lose our Roach Warren either. We're creating more roaches. Got 8 roaches. I built a couple of spines there just in case if he decided to try and come in to the base. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to take my Roach Warren down. I remember this now. This is really rough. There you go. The Roach Warren does go down, which is a shame. And now we're going to try and push back now, see if we can take out quite a bit here. I've got double population compared to him though, which is kind of crazy. And I'm just going to sort of advance all of my spore crawlers. Got a couple of spine crawlers. I'm going to rebuild. I'm going to go double Evo chamber now, so I can try and hurry up with my upgrades. And I think I'm just gonna create some lings. That's all I can really do. So I'm just gonna use what I've got available and create some lings and just see what I can do and try and spread the creep. That's what you got to do. Now I'm getting a Hydra den, so I'm gonna try and morph into like a Roach Hydra. That's why I really love Hydras. Hydras are one of my favorite units from Starcraft 2, so I really like them. I'm sure there's other units, but we've got a whole mass here of Roach Ravager, Ling, and we are now going to be creating Hydras. So, kind of crazy. So see, I'm building my third base here. And you can see that our opponent here has gone for an armory, I believe. So he's still heavily investing in mech. If we have a look at the units, however, 30 SCVs versus 39 drones. So he is catching up with me now with economy here. So we need to be a little bit careful there. But he's only got 3 Cyclones and 10 Hellions and a couple of Widow Mines, and that's all he's got. And I've got this humongous mass here because I got my eco out a lot earlier than him. So I've got 24 Roaches and 5 Ravagers and 16 Lings. This is going to be really interesting to see. So here we go. Mineral field depleted. They're just scouting around, seeing if he actually had a third base somewhere, but he hasn't. So I'm deciding to take the third base. And I thought at this point, like, I may as well go for it, right? And he's gone for Blue Flame, but it's not going to be as important. There is a couple of mines there. I'm just going to move straight in. I don't care, like. Kind of do a bad Ravager pop there, but you do see taking out quite a lot there. I've got over double population compared to him. I'm still creating units. Got another 10 Roaches on the way, and I've got my attack and armor upgrade coming in as well. And now he's gonna try and annoy me and run away. I don't even care at this point. I'm just gonna get stuck in and take out his natural. And there's a Widow Mine there, and I know where it is because you can see it. So I make sure to pop that and blow it up. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna chase you. I'm just gonna go straight into your base, and you can do what you want. And there it is, guys. GG. Walk straight into his base, and that's it. GG. And you can see here, if you look at resources, I mean, if you look at income, sorry, look at that. 40 harvesters, and we've got 1,300 minerals and 600 gas there. Wait, what is that income? Production upgrades. APM, 169, look at that. Beautiful APM. But yeah, there you go, guys. There it is, game 2. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that of my first sort of StarCraft 2 game on this channel. Of course, I used to play StarCraft 2 or 3 years ago, and I've decided to sort of revisit it and see how I get on with it, and I'm just enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did find it entertaining, of course, please feel free to drop a like, and you can catch me streaming on Twitch at Widgie1. Catch you guys later.